Welcome back to F1P1 Life. I'm your host, Sean Kilburn, and you may notice a new little format, a new look to everything, and hopefully that's a good thing. If you appreciate it, hit that like button down below. Be sure to subscribe, leave your comments, but for now, it is all about the man, Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, that's right. Yes, so newsflash, Hamilton is official at Ferrari. Now, yes, everybody might say, well, he's been official for months now, but I mean in the sense that he has actually donned the red uniform. He has taken the reins of that scarlet Ferrari, steering wheel in his hands, and yes, you may have seen some of the pictures by now. I'm floating a couple of them up on the screen right now because it is just a beautiful thing. It was something that everybody was anticipating, and you could tell as far as the fans are concerned, they are ecstatic about it. I think everybody in F1 is, regardless if they're a Lewis Hamilton fan or not. It is just a big deal. Now, one thing I want to kind of comment on though is just the dichotomy, the breakdown of how this works with Lewis versus Leclerc. Now, of course, everything comes back to how is it on track. But for now, this is what we have. This is what we're dealing with. And what I saw, I think I saw a post from Ferrari about Leclerc, and it was like, you know, this is our number 16 right here. And funny enough, the post had like 16,000 likes, which, you know, that's not bad. I wish I could get 16,000 likes on something. Why don't you help me out there? Hit that button, right? But for reference there, now the photo, the iconic photo of Lewis Hamilton next to that F40 Ferrari, you know, in front of Enzo's house, that had like 500,000 likes. So we can tell there's already a shift going on here. There's definitely a shift right now. And, you know, again, it all comes down to being on track. And I don't take Charles as somebody where, you know, he needed everybody to love him in order to like Ferrari and stuff. That's not, he's not that kind of guy, I don't think. But I'm sure all the drivers like the attention and so forth at the same time to some degree. Definitely appreciate it. And especially him having built most of his career just about all around Ferrari. So, you know, I was thinking about that, and I saw a video of him coming over to the fence at the track, and he went to go sign some hats. And of course, he's the kind of nice guy that wants to do that, and you know, show up for the children and even some of the older fans, and you know, do that kind of thing. But I was just thinking in my mind, how much of it, a little portion of it now, for him is kind of like, yeah, I kind of need to do this to kind of cement myself still around my team. Now, of course, those are just fans. They're not the team itself. But how the Tifosi act, how much just kind of momentum you have behind you as a driver really matters in all aspects. So I wonder if a little bit of it to him now is kind of like, yeah, I kind of need to do this to kind of make sure that I'm still relevant here. So I just wanted to throw it out there. We'll see how that happens. But that was pretty interesting. Now, Pirelli meets the road. Yeah, that's right. Again, he was out on track, you know, number 44, Lewis Hamilton, and it was just such a big deal. It looked great. Now, we only got a few shots, at least from what I've seen, you know, a couple rounds around the track. We really want to dive into the data, and I'm sure we're not going to get a lot of that right away. I think what everybody is interested in at the same time, and certainly me, is what does the new 2025 Ferrari look like? I know both of those guys are going to look great in it, but I'm just very interested. You know, we heard that it's going to be somewhat of a darker scarlet Ferrari. So we'll see. I think they're kind of following that mandate that Lewis kind of wanted to have with the car. But more importantly, the updates. Because while every car is going to be updated, and this is kind of the last of the generation for this kind of car, it's no secret that Ferrari went all in on a new concept for this 2025 car. So I think even Fred himself said that most of the car is just brand new. So what that means for Hamilton, is that going to be to his liking? Hopefully. They probably try to design some of it around for him, but we'll see. But just what does the car look like? How do they look like driving it? How do they feel with the car? That's going to be the important thing. So when that Pirelli really meets the road, ooh, I have a good feeling for Ferrari. I really do. Maybe a little bit is hope, but I really do have a good feeling. I think they've been on a great track, and I think by the end of last season, clinching P2 is certainly, you know, indicative of that. You know what I mean? Just to jump on it real quick, Angela is back. And that is a big deal again for Hamilton. Things are just lining up. And it was just so tough to see her go because you knew that she was such an integral part to his life and his team and his progress as a driver and just everything. So to have her back on his side, not that she ever wasn't on his side, but you know what I mean, right there with him, that's just one more great avenue for him to explore, opportunity for him to take hold of in this new era of Ferrari, and that's just amazing. So I'm very happy to hear about it. I mean, it's just a wonderful thing, and they just got on great. So it was always a great vibe. And Hamilton himself said she's always positive, and I honestly can't remember a single time I've ever seen her in a negative kind of state. I mean, you've seen shock on her face when something crazy happened or whatever. I mean, people are people, but I think he's probably right. So it's just such a good vibe, and I can't wait to see more of it coming. Cementing Lewis's legacy. I mean, it's already pretty much cemented. I think most people will say statistically the best of all time. And a lot of his fans, of course, will say that he's the best of all time. How does this stack up as far as Ferrari's concerned? We'll see. We shall see. But I think there's a lot that's going to go right for Lewis. I think as long as he doesn't let any of that kind of doubt linger too much. And I think that's kind of what Angela can help out too. Now, is he going to have off days? Is it going to take a little bit of learning? Yeah, but that's where being a 7-time world champion, being Lewis Hamilton, period, is going to come into a really big play because he's been through so much of this that it's not going to throw him off too much being out-qualified by Leclerc, maybe the first race or two or something like that. So, you know, I think it's hard to say for sure. Predictions will come just like everybody else in the whole F1 sphere. My predictions will come soon, but I think overall he's looking at something very great, and I think we all are looking at something great that is happening for F1. With that, I should say there's kind of a sigh of relief that it's finally here. Again, it's official now that he's been there at Maranello, in the car, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, like I just said, we have to see. So there's a little bit of holding your breath still. And there's nothing wrong with that. You love the suspense in F1. It kind of kills you. Like right now, we're waiting for the season to get back started. But there's so much buildup, so it's okay. I'm not going to be too upset about it. We are blessed to have so much great things happening in F1. I mean, a year ago, you would have thought, other than maybe Lewis Hamilton switching up, there's not going to be much change. And here we are with like 5 new rookies. I mean, this season is just building up to be one of the greats. And leading into 2026, it's just amazing. So I can't wait for it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Again, let me know what you think of this new format. As we go into the race warm-ups, qualifying and stuff, you'll see a lot of difference between the old videos and the new ones. So stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. F1P1 Life. I'm your host, Sean Kilburn. And yes, we will be seeing you all very soon as the season gets underway.